connecting Indigenous musicians and artists to the world. Welcome to Indigenous Superstars with your host, Rhonda Head.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's show. I have to apologize. I was away for the past 2 weeks because I had surgery done, but I'm recovering and took me a couple of days to recover. And I'm still recovering, but I can do a show tonight that I've been really excited to interview my guest today. But I have some announcements to make. I'm coming to you live from Bigedi, Manitoba. Bigedi is in the heart of Opaskwarak Cree Nation in northern Manitoba. And we're really happy to be here. There's tons of snow outside. I got snowed in yesterday, so I didn't go anywhere for Halloween because the grader came by and totally blocked me in, so I couldn't go anywhere. So I had a nice, quiet Halloween evening. Um, just want to let you know that the show is streaming live right now on YouTube, on my Facebook page, Rhonda Head, and on the group page, Indigenous Superstars, as well as on Twitter and on my website. My Twitter handle is at Rhonda_Head. Also, if you want, you could go onto my YouTube channel and check out the past interviews that I had with the other amazing Indigenous superstars that I had been fortunate to interview. I also want to announce that Indigenous Superstars is now being broadcast on iHeartRadio with through podcasts. So I'm really excited to announce that. And coming soon is going to be an Indigenous Superstar app that I'm working on. So a lot of good, exciting things happening here on Indigenous Superstars. So without further ado, I want to introduce my next awesome guest this evening. His name is Oki Kano, and Oki is from Japan. So I'm really, really excited to have him on the show this evening. Oki was born to a Japanese mother and an Ainu father. We were talking about I asked him what does Ainu mean, and he said it means the people. And I thought, wow, the way we say people in Korea is Ininu, so it really sounds similar, and that's really awesome to share languages like that. So after graduating in crafts at the Tokyo University of Fine Arts and Music, Oki moved to New York in 1987, where he worked as special effects artist on film production. He returned to Japan in 1992 and was presented with his first tonkori. I hope I pronounced that right, but Oki will correct me if I didn't. It's the traditional string instrument of the Karafutu Ainu. Originating from the Sakhalin Island, the instrument inspired him to relocate to Hokkaido, where he taught himself to play and craft the tonkori. Currently, Oki is the most prominent performer of this instrument in the world. His contemporary approach, which fuses reggae, African, and electronica with Ainu folk melodies, has won praise not only in Japan but also worldwide. Through his active participation in the United Nations Working Group on Indigenous Population, Oki has developed a network with other Indigenous artists. He has collaborated so far with the well-known Native American flautist R. Carlos Nakai, the Australian Aboriginal band Wak Wak Jungai, and the Taiwanese singer-songwriter Paul Dull, as well as Abbarito-Soares, the East Timorese poet, and the Siberian vocalist Ogla Sonka. Many of the collaborations are featured on his album No One's Land. Please help me welcome my awesome friend from Japan,
Hello.
Oki. Nancy, how are you?
Very good.
Oh, I'm so happy we were able to join.
Yeah, long time we don't see each other.
Yeah,
Probably 3 years, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
We
last time I was in Canada was like Planet in Business at Toronto.
yeah, Planet Indigenous.
Yeah,
That's where I met you in Toronto, Ontario, and I got to listen to your amazing concert performance there, and you
yeah,
had a huge crowd, and everyone was dancing to your music. Your music was
yeah.
so
It was really fun,
yeah, the
that
music
night.
was so much. Your music is
Yeah,
so much fun,
thank
and
you.
yeah, it was just great to watch you perform, and great to meet you, and I'm really glad that we got to connect. Uh, yeah, so I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions
Okay,
before we get to hear you play your beautiful instrument. So what got you inspired to get into music?
inspired.
What got you wanting to play music?
Well, I started playing music when I was 33 years old. Before that, I was working for the model making and special effects for the TV and movie kind of things, in New York City. Yeah, but you know, by the time that means that I not forget about my background. Yeah, but when I was 33, I was in Japan. I visited my cousin. He is running the museum in Asahikawa, and he gave me this instrument, tonkori. So because all day long we are drunk, then my cousin drank so much, and then he just ran out from the room and he went to next room, and then he back to the room with some wood stick, long wood stick, and then he suddenly throw the wood things to me like, "Wow," So it was a tonkori. So then that really changed my life because before that I have no connection to my background because I always trying to find something I need some reason to back to my roots culture, but I haven't get how to do it. But this instrument made me back to the my roots.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the instrument?
Well, this is like I have a six string here, right? And no frets, no frets. So um, we I need to create the some kind of rhythm with both fingers and just plug the string. Yeah, that's it. And this instrument handled by Saharin Ainu. It's now Saharin is the Russian territory right now, and most of the Saharin Ainu forced relocate to the main island Hokkaido because Saharin Island is above Hokkaido, north of Hokkaido, very long and skinny island. Then half of the Saharin Island used to be Ainu, Saharin Ainu territory. But now, I don't know, maybe only few Saharin Ainu lives in Saharin, but maybe they forget about their past. You know, there is no um, cultural activity down there. I mean, the Saharin Ainu culture was dead in Saharin, but this kind of tradition carried by the people who relocated to main island of Hokkaido. So by the time I started this instrument, no one, no one play this instrument. Just this instrument just sit back behind of the glass of the museum. So then I started uh, learn learned how to play and also how to make it. You know. So that one that kind of two project is my life work right now. Yeah.
That's awesome. So did you make that instrument?
Well, this one is not my. This is another I made it, but I have another one. This is I made it.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Beautiful. And I noticed behind you there's a whole bunch of other ones hanging on the wall.
Yeah. That's my
Beautiful.
I fabricated all of them.
Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah. It's like a boat.
Yeah, it's a beautiful instrument. So with
Tonkori.
that, Tonkari.
Tonkori, yes.
Tonkari.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm gonna give you the screen and you can play us a piece.
Okay. Okay, I will play the song called Saharin Rock. I composed this song right after the journey to Saharin Island, Russian territory, Saharin Rock. There, Jim Saharin Super Philosopher of the sun. I don't want to Tonkori. How never knew Tonkori. How never knew colonized rock. Colonized rock. Waters, Talaika, Talantomari, Laitista, Nayolo, Maoka, Saharin Rock, Tonkori, Haunemaru, Tonkori, Haunemaru, Lapto Kota Mintar Kershino Shino Ranke, Kaye, Kota Sam Kota Mintar Kershino Shino Ranke, Tanto Marco Tamin tal Kershio Shinoranke Santista, lo que fue Santista, lo que fue Santista, lo que fue Tonkori, Audemanu Tonkori, Audemanu Lapto kodan minta kasi osinoran ke kaye 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 Lapto san kodan minta kasi osinoran ke kaye 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 Tanto mai kodamin talka sigo sinoran ke Kaye, kaye, kaye Saharin rock, Galactic rock Saharin rock, Galactic rock Saharin rock ありがとう、やられてね。
Hey. Hey,
Okay.
Janice is from Saskatchewan,
Mm.
and she just joined, and she said, "What a cool sounding instrument! What is
Yeah. It's called Fender Stratocaster.
it?"
No, I'm joking. It's called Tonkori. Tonkori.
And Oki is from Japan, and it's
Yeah,
an
Hokkaido, Japan. You know,
instrument native to
Hokkaido is the most biggest island. You know that? Yeah. And used to be an island territory. Whole island used to be an island land. You know, but the Japanese took over our land for 300 years ago. Yeah. They colonized. Yeah. And discriminated and took our language and culture and the hunting tradition, you know, yeah, the same story as you.
exactly the same story. That colonization, it seemed like it's happened to all the indigenous people all
Yeah.
over the world.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But they can't kill us. We still have our music, and we're still here.
yeah, we survive, you know. We
We're
are so tough, you know.
survivors.
Yeah, we never
Resilient.
fade away, never fade
Yeah,
away.
we're resilient. That's
Yeah.
for sure. So I wanted to ask you a question about when I seen you perform in Toronto.
Mm.
You fused your traditional music with reggae and African music. Can you tell us about that?
Well, you know, because I just love the sound of drum and bass. You know, that's why it's you know, everybody wants to play drum and bass and the same things. You know, I'm not special, but I have a special things. You know, is here. You know, locally. So I try to mix with the Ainu traditional music and drum and bass sound to update our culture. You know, we just don't need to stay in the tradition. You know, because ancestors always move forward. You know, tradition, you know, never stop, always progressing. You know, that's why we borrowed a lot of things from Japan and Russia or China or the you know, entire of the indigenous group near Hokkaido. So if your culture doesn't have the any stimulation from outside, culture going to die. You know. So we are not the people who just pray to the spirit all the time and you know, live with nature in peacefully. We are not that kind of people. We are like a trader. You know, we brought a lot of stuff from the China or like Russia and export to Japan. You know, like animal fur or you know, or like a feather of the beautiful eagles or you know, some beautiful silk dress from China, you know, and then Japanese all the kabuki uh, theatrical actor love to wear those kind of beautiful clothes imported by Ainu. You know, we are trader. That's why our culture, you know, progressed. You know, so that's why it's really natural to mix with um, different instruments such as a drum and bass. And I'm listening all the time a lots of different kind of music all over the world, So the reggae music is special for me because you know why, right? So be, because reggae music, you know, taught me how to rebel, how to express our own feeling and emotion, you know. Yeah, and most important thing is the think about your future and think about your roots and future. That's what reggae music taught me. That's a message, Yeah, that's why I love the reggae music and beat. You know, always beat is it's really not good, Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
I
course, I
yeah,
love Queens, I love the Beatles, and hip hop, all kind of music,
great. So you, when I first heard your music fused with reggae, it sounded so awesome, and the beat sounded like it was a perfect match to like what you created is so beautiful, and
Thank
people
you.
were dancing, and it
Mm.
was so much fun. Like what you created was so awesome, and I encourage everyone to check out Oki's videos on YouTube and see all the people dancing to his music, and the music,
Yeah,
how your music moves people. It's just incredible.
yeah. So I really want back to the tour kind of stuff because now staying home all the time because during the strange days of the COVID, you know. So
Yeah.
I hope I back to the Canada again and they played my music, in front of your people,
Yes,
Yeah,
you'll have to
soon.
come
Yeah.
back to Canada again. We need to collaborate, me and you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Please,
Definitely
let's
have to
do that.
collaborate. Yeah, but yeah, your music is so wonderful, and I love your tonkori. It's such a beautiful instrument, and it has a really different sound to it, and the timbre and the vibration and the
Hmm.
sound is so beautiful. And I wanted to ask you about what you're wearing. Can you
Well, it's a
tell us?
traditional costume, and especially we wear this kind of costume at the ceremony, special day, clothes, it's like a formal outfit, Yeah. So today's a radio show, I wear this.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
So did somebody make that for you?
Yeah, actually, yeah, my family made it for me. Yeah,
It's beautiful. Yeah. So you sing in your language too, right?
yeah,
And you compose in your language.
yeah. Sometimes English, but mostly I know words and music, and also I adapt arts of traditional song as well.
That's beautiful. So I read in one of your and I was doing some research on you today, and I read about a video that you made about with drums with your how you infuse the drums in your culture into song. Can you tell us about
A
the drums
drum.
in your territory?
Actually, we are not much of drum culture. And Saharin Island used to have the drums. I show you. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey Janice, that's awesome.
Yeah,
You're
I just back from the concert from some. So I have. But Hokkaido Ainu doesn't have this kind of frame drum. Only Saharin Ainu. And this is for some special drum for shaman. Yeah. So I'm not shaman. Maybe I'm not the right person to play this instrument. But sound is very deep. Do you hear
wow.
that?
Yeah, I can hear you. Beautiful. My sister Janet is watching, and she said that it looks like a dene drum, and they're a
Uh-huh.
tribe way up north in northern Manitoba, close to the
Mm,
like Northwest Territories, like way up, way up north. But they have
okay.
a drum similar that looks similar to the drum you're sharing with us. But thank you, that's beautiful. And the song is
Actually,
really
this is not the Saharin Ainu instrument. This is the from Udehe people. Udehe people lives in Russia. You know, the of the Asian continent. You know, but
okay.
we share a lot of things. You know, from them. You know, we share in the culture. You know, so shape is almost same as the Saharin iron frame drums. You know?
Beautiful. And the
Okay,
sound is beautiful.
that's a big mess here.
So are you ready to play your
Next
perform
song.
your next song?
Okay, so what do you want to listen? Like a traditional song or like a more like a singing one or
I'm sure the audience that's tuning in would love to hear a traditional song.
okay. So okay, let me introduce one beautiful song. Um, well, we have you know many of different style of the tonkori sound, you know, but this one is very special, uh, very much emotional and melody wise very interesting and the rhythm is structure is very unique too, you know. Then this song called Uchaore Irette. Uchaore means argument. So this is the scene of two men. Men is arguing with each other like this, you know. This guy and this guy. Two guy is like really, you know, talking with each other, you know, debating kind of stuff, you know. But sound is very soft and emotional somehow. Yeah, this song born in Saharin Island for a long time ago. Uchaore irette. 네, Manu.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. That was awesome. So where can we find your music on social media?
Where?
Where can we
Oh,
find your music?
so just okay, maybe best is okay dub Ainu band, okay IDUB AINU band, okay dub Ainu band, so you can find out many of the concert scene there, the music,
Okay.
and Afro music too.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
My sister just said, Oki, if you come to our community to visit, you would blend in with the rest of us.
Yeah.
So that's an invitation to come to Opaskwack Cree Nation when COVID is over and it's safe to travel. They would think they would call you my cousin. So I just want to thank everyone for tuning in this evening. I know it's late. We had trouble with the time zone because we had a time change here in Manitoba, and it kind of messed me up on my time. So
Yeah.
that's why. And then we had a little bit technical difficulties trying to get onto the studio, but we made it happen. And do you want to say some parting words, Oki?
Party words. What does it mean? Party words.
Final words. Like you want to say something before the show is over?
Okay, don't obey. Yeah, love and peace, and keep our roots strong, and keep fire burning.
Yes, that's for sure. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful culture with us and your beautiful music and giving us history about your people and the beautiful tenkura that you played for us. It was it was healing for me, and I'm sure it was healing for the other people tuning in tonight. Janet said thank you, and
thank you.
thank you. So the next guest is she also said stay safe to everybody, and I just want to announce the next guest is awesome Stephen Rushingwind. He's a Native American flute player from Los Angeles. So that's who my next guest is. Yeah. So thank you again so much for tuning in, and I'm just gonna play my extra.
So let's play the music together in near future. Right?
Oh yes, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kisagitin, stay safe and stay home.
Thank you very much for inviting me to your show.
Tune in again next time
when
Rhonda interviews another up-and-coming Indigenous superstar. Only on Indigenous Superstars.
Awesome. Okay.